24/7.
Are you ready to talk about sex?
No, let's talk about relationships.
Or is it time to talk about dating, taboos?
It's on your mind.
So let's talk about it
On Nightlife 24/7.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Nightlife 24/7. I'm your boy Mac, as always, and today I'm kicking it with my little sis, Sweets. What's up, baby?
Johnson, New York City lifestyle. It's the weekend.
How's the weather up in New York?
Actually, it's not bad. It's in the 60s today.
Wow, we're the same, 68 today. It's nice, real nice. You know, the new thing that seems to be with millennials and somewhat of the latter Generation X is this new Netflix and chill thing. In other words, basically, why don't you come over, let's smoke, let's drink, and then see how things go, and whatever happens, happens. So today's topic is based on just that subject: drugs, drinking, and sex. And I'm not going to sit up here and preach like, I'm holier than thou. I'm not. There have been many instances when I tried to drink, to hang with the fellas, and didn't like it. Didn't like the way I felt the next morning. Didn't like the way my skin smelled when it was coming off of me when we were doing PT, in the military. But I have met, and I will say this honestly, I smoke. I do. Sometimes it's because I can't sleep. Other times just because my brain won't shut off. So I need something to calm me down. But I've noticed that in the last, and I have to say 10 years, it's more and more women are like, looking for a 420 buddy, 420 cuddle buddy, looking for a smoke buddy, looking for someone to Netflix and chill. And that seems to be the new generation that we're dealing with. Let's relax, and whatever happens, happens. Drugs, drinking, whether there's marijuana, whether it's pills, whether it's alcohol, whether it's you're sniffing something, it does alter your brain. It does alter who some people want to be, who some people think they are. And then other times, some people become really depressed and angry. So, that's what we're going to be talking about today. And you know what? I'm not going to start this topic off. I'm going to let my little sis hit it. Take it away, Sweets.
Thank you very much. And as we're discussing alcohol, drugs, and basically the dating scene. When you think about alcohol and drugs, I personally think about 40 ounces, Coke 45s, and cocaine. That's what I think. I'm an 80s baby. But it's more now of just the calmer things, the marijuana, the ecstasies, and the fake, what is the fake weed?
Oh, I forgot the name of that. I can't even think of it. And it's so funny. It's right on the tip of my tongue. Also, Molly. Molly seems to be the hot
and
thing.
Molly and things of that nature. And then when it comes to alcohol, now young people are people that are just sexually active aren't into beers and wines, and everything is the hard liquor.
Yep.
So with that being said, taking some information from the National Institute on Drug Abuse, even though there is the popularity in drugs and sex, especially from music, television, media, it has been documented and noted that there has been a decline of 34% of drug use, recreational drug use, in reference to the millennials.
Oh, wow.
Marijuana, same thing. There has been a gradual decrease in marijuana as well. And I think that's because cocaine, heroin, illicit drugs have declined a little bit among popularity because it's not hard, it's too hard to get it in the street. So now people aren't doing those drugs. They're doing those prescription medications. They're filling their mom and their dad drugs and they're getting hooked on that. And that's flowing over into your relationships and into your sex life.
But you know what the funny thing is? I'm thinking back, and when I used to be an assistant manager at Cactus Car Wash here in Atlanta, there was a female that I used to kick it with, and man, every time she smoked, it was on. It was on. I swear to God, that girl could throw down. I don't know what her state of mind was, what she was thinking, but that girl was a skilled, and I'm going to say this, skilled porn star. She, oh my God, she was on
Now,
it. She was on it.
Do you think that THC being in her system advanced her sexual nature?
I think it did. I think it gave her the ability or the perception of being someone else, or thinking she was someone else, or acting like someone else. You know.
Now, with that being said, some people get high to suppress different anxieties, depressions, different esteem. So if you smoke to get comfortable, that means that you're denying negative influence, you're not overthinking, you're a little bit calmer. Therefore, everything else has to be normal, right?
Right.
So now I can actually enjoy my sexuality. Now I can actually kind of step out on that ledge and do different things with my guy that I wouldn't do if other things were on my mind.
Well, that's one way of looking at it, and maybe that's what it was. But you know, she was a little young chick in her 20s, and oh man, she just had skills. I mean, it was so weird. We never had sex without her smoking. Never. I mean, even when we were out at work or another place, girlfriend got her smoke on, she didn't give a damn. It was on. And I enjoyed every moment of her. Now, just in reference to that though, I did date another young lady, Jamaican, and the only way that she could take my size, and as always, guys, I'm not trying to brag, please, I'm not. But the only way she could take my size was for us to smoke. And she told me straight up, she said, there's no way in hell you putting that up in me unless I smoke. And once we smoked, she was good, but once she got that nut, I couldn't touch her no more. She was done. That was it.
But it goes back to the nervous system, the exhibitors, and you know, all these other things that are going on in your mind and in your body. So if you are more relaxed, your mind isn't just open, but your body is open as well. Your mind leads, the body will follow.
Well, that is true, and that saying has always been true. Where the mind leads, the body will follow. See, but this is my thing, though. This is my thing. I've dated women from 20 on up to my age, and I'm not putting it out there, but I've dated women, and it's amazing to me that the women from 20 to 35 love to smoke and then fuck, or love to drink. And I'm not just saying hard alcohol. As you get a little older, they tend to go more into the wine. And it's not going to be 1 or 2 glasses of wine. It's going to be at least 3 or 4. And now they're relaxed. We can do what we want to do. And then I'm wondering if they're using that, and I hate to say this, and you know, because any woman I want to be.
I'll say it for you.
What?
As an excuse.
Damn right. There you go. I don't normally do this. It was the alcohol. I felt, relaxed around you.
I had an associate, and she was one of those fake alcoholics.
She said the fake alcoholic.
And yeah, I mean, you get these women that go out and they come back to you the next day with this story. Oh my God, the guy that brought me the drink last night, girl, he was so fine. I ended up doing something with him. Oh my God, I don't believe it, but I had just had too much to drink, child. And then I just look at her. And next thing you know, a couple months, I hear the same story. Again, same story. And I finally told her, well, if alcohol allows you the permission to be promiscuous, why are you still drinking when you go out? If this is a side effect, if promiscuity is a side effect of you drinking alcohol. And she laughed it off. And my thing is, She does it on purpose because she doesn't want to be judged when she's sober self versus her inebriated self. So it's
Wow.
an escape. It's an excuse. It's an opportunity to be the hoe inside instead of that responsible young woman that I know I'm supposed to be.
Damn. Okay. All right.
Jamie Foxx said it, blame it on the alcohol. The same way that it works for men. You guys.
Oh yeah,
use
because there's a lot
alcohol
of brothers
to
be like,
smash
damn,
that
bro.
ugly bitch.
Yeah, we
That's
do.
okay.
We do.
Y'all want to smash the ugly bitch because she's, what is it? A butter body?
Yeah.
A butterface? Everything
Butterface, butterface, everything
And
butterface.
it's like, you end up with that excuse. You tell your boys the same thing. Yo, that chick with that fat ass front, I smashed that bitch. Man, you know, I didn't even know all that. I was fucked up. I was drunk. I didn't even see her face till the next day. Like, men do the same thing. It's an
Yes, we
excuse.
do. Yes, we do. I can't lie, we
And
do.
it doesn't take away from the individuals that do have the alcohol addiction. It doesn't take away from individuals that are violent when they're under the influence of alcohol and they're having sex with individuals. We're just speaking in reference to the surface drinker that utilizes alcohol as an opportunity to escape their reality and be fully absorbed into their sexual nature.
See, this is the thing I don't get. Because I go, you know, I tell everybody, I used to throw swing parties. I used to go to swing parties. And when I go to any party, whether I was throwing a party or going to a party, I never drank alcohol. Just not my thing. I need to be aware of my surroundings and what's going on. But I'm always amazed. I'm always amazed of the people who drink at the swing parties. And they're drinking heavily. They're drinking heavily. Okay?
I have a rule.
What's that?
I go out.
Now.
So I have a rule. As a woman, when I go out, I have one drink, one alcoholic beverage. I have that drink when I first get there because the rule of thumb is that it takes a whole hour to make sure that your blood alcohol level is less than 0.08. It takes 1 hour for one drink, right?
Okay.
So
I got that.
with that, and then the fact that men watch, men prowl. I've had men offer me a drink while I still have a drink in my hand. So are you trying to get me drunk? Are you trying to get me inebriated? I need to watch my exits. I need to watch my back. I need to watch my surroundings. I need to know who's where and who's doing what. I cannot be inebriated in public.
Same here. But see, that's with the parties. Okay, I will only say approximately a month and a half ago, I went to a party. I was co-hosting the party with a friend. Now, there was a guy there, a little young guy in his 20s. I think it was like between 25, 28. Can't remember. His name started with F. I'm not even going to say his name. And he kept, you know, we went around, everybody said their name and what they were into, what they were about, why they were there, you know, and he made it clear he doesn't drink. Okay? The funny thing is, for a person who didn't drink, he was drunk. Okay? He was so drunk that we had to put him in the bathtub so he would not be throwing up on the floor and pissing and stuff. He stayed passed out. One guy stayed with him. It was either me or the other host. We stayed with him the whole night to the next day to make sure this man did not pass out and go into an alcohol coma, and he did not choke on his own vomit. But
Now,
he was drinking because of his nervousness, his ability to fit in.
I was about to say that. So, when you get people that say, I don't drink, it's one of two reasons. They just genuinely do not consume alcohol, or they've had a bad experience and they no longer like to consume alcohol.
Okay?
But when you're in an environment, especially like a swingers party, a packed club, out with your friends, it's easy to feel like the sore thumb because you're sober. So some people do drink out of anxiety, and it's not that I want to be drunk. It's I need to have something in my hand. Like Richie
Well, he
Bobby.
needed something to
What do I
relax
do?
him. That's what he was doing. He was
That's what I
trying to
mean.
relax himself.
What do I do in my hand? So in that method, I need to do something to calm myself so I can participate, so I can fit in, so I don't stand out. And one drink led to more than one.
Yeah, and he was mixing alcohol, white and dark alcohol.
Now that's my kind of brother.
And he was out. He was out. I mean, out. But you know, the thing too is now, if I'm at a party, whether it's a regular party or a swingers party, and I meet up with a female, if a female is drinking heavily and we end up kicking it together that night, I'm not sleeping with her. I'm not going to sleep with a female that is drunk. You know why? Because I'm actually having sex with a bottle of alcohol and not the woman.
Right, but my thing is, as a man, individuals should take note. Because what's going to happen when she wakes up and doesn't know how she got to her destination? What's going to happen when she wakes up and doesn't recognize her fate? What's going to happen when she wakes up and doesn't know whether she said yes or no?
Well,
then it's on you.
Right. That's all. I don't even consider that. I just don't, because I don't want to sleep with a woman that's inebriated. First of all, she ain't coordinated. Second of all, she's falling all over the place and slobbering. And she smells like alcohol. Half the time she's asleep, and then she's awake. Then she's talking out of her head. And then, like you said, what happens if I got the girl who's that mean drunk?
Exactly.
Okay? So no, it just ain't working for me. It just isn't working for me. Hey, for you guys who just tuned in, this is Nightlife 24/7. I'm your boy Mac, and me and my girl Sweets are talking about drugs, drinking, and sex. Okay? So I'm going to give you a situation, all right? Approximately about a year and a half ago, I met this young lady. I met her out when I was with my friend's wife, helping her go buy a car. We went to test drive it and everything. Met this young lady. Her name was Sarah, white female. Sarah was built like a sister and seemed like she had all that shit together. Gave Sarah my number, waited a couple of days, never heard from Sarah. So I called my friend's wife and got the name of the guy who was selling the car, who Sarah was taking care of. She was his caregiver. Well, he answered the phone and said Sarah wasn't available, blah, blah, blah. The funny thing was, when he answered the phone, Sarah was sitting next to him and heard the whole conversation and called me back that night. Well, me and Sarah ended up kicking it together, got to know each other, and I'm the first black guy and only black guy she's ever been out with, even still to this day. All right, because after me, she ended up dating a white guy.
That's good or bad. Let's finish the story here. Let's see what this is going to do.
Okay, so
did you turn her out or did you turn her off, Mac?
I turned her out, but the problem was, I remember our very first date. We went out, had dinner, and then she came over to my house, and she was like, "I am just so sore. I would love for you to give me a massage." And I was like, I said, "Are you sure about that?" And she said, "Yeah." So she ended up getting butt naked except for panties and bra. Everything but panties and bra. Now I'm serious. Sarah was built like a sister. Had nice C-cup breasts. She had a basketball ass with a flat stomach. She was built like a sister. The funny thing was, we were talking and she was telling me that her sister was married to a black guy and had always been telling her she should date black guys. So we ended up hanging out and everything, and Sarah had a couple of drinks because I had some wine here. Well, I didn't realize that Sarah was a pill popper. So Sarah eventually let me know that she was on probation for drugs and that she liked smoking. But her big thing was, and I found this out on my own, was Sarah loved to take sleeping pills or muscle relaxers and then chase it with alcohol. Now, once Sarah did this, Sarah was a totally different person. You had a calm, quiet person go to a freaking turned up nut house. Sarah was loud. She was all over the place like the Energizer Bunny. And Sarah would never believe anything I told her of how she was once she woke up the next morning, because she would always spend the weekend at my house, come on Friday and leave on Sunday. So I decided, hey, it's best to start recording Sarah. Sarah wanted to go outside and set fires. Sarah wanted to turn the music up as loud as she can in the house, or she would go out and sit in her car and blast the music. Sarah had got so bad sometimes, Sarah would attempt to go use the bathroom and fall in my tub at least anywhere between 2 to 9 times a night. Just fall in the tub while going to use the bathroom to sit on the toilet.
So when she mixed her pills and alcohol, she turned into her inner trailer trash.
Oh, Sarah was, oh my God, she was like a freaking gremlin. She was like a gremlin that you was not supposed to feed after 12 midnight. Sarah had always told me because of my size, we would never have anal sex. The funny thing was, every time Sarah did pills and her stuff, she wanted it in her ass. But when I would tell her that, she would call me a liar, and we would get into an argument. So I started recording all this. Oh, Sarah was off the chain. But then what really got me was Sarah started sneaking liquor because I was like, Sarah, you can't come here and drink and do pills. So Sarah, whenever she would get up to go to the bathroom or do something, she would go into the kitchen and go into the liquor stash. And the only reason I knew this is one Sunday, something just struck me. You know how something catches the corner of your eye, and I looked, I was like, well, damn, how's that bottle lower? So I said, okay, she's coming next weekend. I marked the bottles. I marked them. And that's how I knew.
I was the only one that marked my whiskey.
Yeah. So I was marking my bottles.
Do.
And that's how I knew Sarah was drinking. But Sarah would start popping pills on the way driving here. And I told her, you got a choice. I said, you can't do this. You're going to kill somebody one day. You're going to kill them. Because she would take a pill and then drive here. And her drive from my house to her house was 45 minutes.
Well,
45 minutes.
What I don't understand is this. You want the euphoric feeling when you're having sex, when you are advancing your sexuality from one step to the next with your partner and things of that nature. But if you are going to do these things, why do people feel like they can't be honest about it? Because your safety comes first. Your health comes first prior to us just enjoying ourselves and having sex. So with me lying to you about, drinking the alcohol with the pills, or the fact that, oh yeah, I smoke a little weed, but at the end of the day, I'm smoking weed, but I'm popping pills and I'm drinking alcohol. Why is it that you feel people are so reluctant to be honest with their partner if it's all just to enjoy myself while we have sex?
That's the part I don't get. I mean, if you want to smoke weed to get you in that mood, great. Because I won't lie to you. When I smoke, I won't lie to nobody. I tell every chick the reason they be like, oh, you don't want to smoke with me? No, because when I smoke, I want to fuck. I'm horny. I want to fuck. So I don't smoke with you because we haven't got to that point yet or that level or that, So I'm trying to maintain to show you that respect. And they be like, oh, you just don't want to smoke. No, because if I smoke, you getting some dick. I'm just putting it out there. I've always said to every chick I've ever, that's just me. But that's fine. But see, a woman who drinks, I don't want to have sex with you, first of all, because you dry up quickly. That alcohol has dissipated. All that lubricant, all that water in your body is gone. It's evaporated. Now you're dry and you're sore. Nah, I'm good. Don't need it. Don't want it. I'm all right.
So now I do have a question. Was the sex just as good as when she was sober?
Actually, the sex was. Actually, the sex was a lot wilder.
It was wilder, but was it better?
It was, I could say it was about the same. It was still damn good. I mean,
now that's my thing.
She had this thing, she could move her hips in a rhythmatic way, whether she was on top or below you. And it was still just as good, but she was just a lot more turned up.
See, that's my thing. So, I don't do drugs and drink alcohol for sex. I can count on one hand how many times I've had drunken sex. But that was like with my partner, not just, a hookup or,
right.
Something like that.
I feel you.
It's like we sitting in the house and we both done got fucked up because we've been binge watching movies and drinking.
Right. I got you.
But now I would think that if I'm going to go through with intoxicating myself, I want to do it for a reason. So I don't want my sex to just be the same. Like, I want my sex to blow your fucking mind. I just put my kidneys on the line. I just put my liver on the line. I just put my safety on the line, drinking and driving, or pill popping and driving. I've done all of these things. I want my sex to blow your fucking mind. So if I'm going to be intoxicated and we have sex and it's always about the same, that was a waste of my life.
It is. It is. But the funny thing to me that I want to put out there, and this is just my personal opinion, the women that I've been with who were in that type of situation don't even realize they got a problem. And when you bring that problem to them, now they're defensive and they're angry. Right off the bat, they're defensive and they're angry.
Well, people with problems don't know they have a problem. That's why admittance of denial is the first step. So, but just think about, you have a lot of people that drink for performance itself, not for the out-of-body experience, but just for average performance. You have guys that have to have a drink in order to stay hard or to go past one round. You have women that have to have a drink in order to have sex and not be emotionally attached because they've had, negative issues in their sex life previously. I've had someone tell me that. She's like,
you hit on two key points there. Men who have to drink just to keep a hard on. That blew my mind when I found that out. I mean, my brother was that way. He would drink, and I was like, how the fuck do you drink to keep a hard on? I drink one drink, and my shit soft as cotton candy.
But it goes again that alcohol affects people differently, just like drugs. Okay, so
I think it's a men thing. I think it's a mental thing. I don't mean to cut you off, and I'm being disrespectful and cutting you off. But I think it's a thing that men have told each other, man, I get some gin, I'm putting it down. So the other guy's like, yeah, I'm going to get some gin. No. I know I can put it down then. Because they've told each other, they brainwashed each other to think that way.
No, it is true. That's like, oh, okay. So different people drink different types of alcohol.
Right.
Now look at Grey Goose. Grey Goose is called Hunch Punch. That's what we used to call Grey Goose. Do not give your man no Grey Goose if you ain't dead. Because Grey Goose is a damn near aphrodisiac. Any man that's an average Grey Goose drinker will tell you his dick is hard. And that's a lot of men will tell you that. Now, for women, a lot of tequila activates like an aphrodisiac. That's why a lot of women don't drink tequila.
I love tequila.
Because I can, I'm a Bacardi drinker. I'm a vodka drinker. Oh, I love to drink rum. Girl, don't give me none of that tequila, child. I get besides myself. I used to think that it was just like you said, people communicating things, just popular sayings and those things.
Right.
But different combinations of alcohol affects people differently. You have hops, you have IPAs, you have the sugar content. You have these things that are coming from different places in the United States, different places around the world, and it affects people's bodies differently. Like, I can drink alcohol. I don't have a problem. I mix my dark liquor with my light liquor. I've never been drunk before in my life. Now, an individual of mine, she was expressing to me, a friend of mine, she was expressing to me that her husband only performs well when he's intoxicated. She says when he's intoxicated, he's a little aggressive, not, violently.
Right.
But, he's aggressive in bed, he switches positions.
He's more of that alpha male.
He talks dirty to her, and, he's like in tune with a man's version of fucking.
Gotcha.
When he's sober, he's her loving, darling, caring husband that would never speak to his wife disrespectfully, or pull her hair or choke her, slap her on the ass. They're just missionary style, maybe doggy style, just regular schmegular sex. She says
Wow.
she purposely, when she knows she's in the mood for a rough night, she purposely feeds him certain foods that she knows is an aphrodisiac to him. And they drink. Just so she can get the satisfaction that she so deserves as a woman in a relationship. She said when he drinks alcohol, bourbon to be exact, he can go 2 hours. All night. 2 hours. She said regularly, it's 20 minutes, he done. And she said she's fine with that. Because once or twice a month, she just hit him with some bourbon, a nice meal, some fish, some salmon, some few shrimp, some aphrodisiacs, and a drink.
See, that's fine because she's figured out which buttons work for him and how to push that, and I get that. But I'm talking about that stumbling drunk, that female that you're like, really? Sloppy drunk, sloppy pussy.
That's how I feel as well. But you have inhibitors. And when your defense is down, when you're sober, the reason our characteristics describe who we are is because we utilize all of our senses to create defense. Whether it's in your work life, your personal life, thinking before you speak, just being a responsible individual, exercising, empathy, empathy, all of these things. It's your senses that are utilized for defense. Now, when your senses are lessened, other things are heightened, correct?
Which is true. Very true.
So now, my vision, I'm not focused. I'm not looking at exits. I'm not, watching the crowd pack in. I'm just focused on, I have no vision now. My hearing, I'm not being peculiar to, the things that are going around me. All I hear is music. It's just booming. Now I'm in a euphoric mode. I'm letting down all of my guard. So now the alcohol is going to treat me differently because I'm not utilizing my senses properly. Now, I'm pissy drunk at 3 drinks. 3 drinks. Whereas you've had 3 drinks, but because you're focused on things, you're looking at exits, you're paying attention to people, you're watching out for me, because you want me to be safe. You're not allowing yourself to be inebriated, even though you had those same 3 drinks. And I really feel that when people get comfortable, they let their guards down, alcohol treats their body different. But I also feel like people do it on purpose.
Okay. And I'm not disagreeing with you on that.
Because you have to buy it.
Right. And it's amazing how people go to the clubs and the first thing they say, girl, all I want to do is get turned up tonight. That's it. I just want to get turned up.
Now, I look at that one of 2 ways.
Uh-huh.
Being a strong woman is a badge. And you have to be responsible. You have to be on time. You have to be prepared. All these things. And sometimes you want to take your badge off.
Okay.
It's like you want to be a little childish every once in a while. You want to be irresponsible every once in a while. You want to, leave adulting at home every once in a while. So I think that's one thing. And then 2, you have some people are pure alcoholics. And because they can't do that at home around people that love them, because then they'll be told the truth about themselves, they have to do it with their momentary associates that only come out with them when they are drinking. They're not their friends. They only go to the club together. And last are the individuals that use that as an excuse to explore sexual, escapades that they don't want to owe up to.
Okay. I can get that. I feel that. I understand that. I really do. And that makes a lot of sense. Hey, if you're just tuning in, this is Nightlife 24/7. I'm your boy Mac, as always. And today, me and my little sis, Sweets, are talking about drugs, drinking, and sex. You guys, I understand times are changing. And the way we associate with people and meet people and contact people and relate to people is different. But even though Sweets gave us those statistics that drug use has dropped by 34% almost across the board. As a person who lives in a black environment, in a black culture, in a black part of town, I don't see it as prevalent as she does. I mean, she works in the nursing field, so she sees these things more than I do. But for me, as a man who's going out looking to meet a woman, or just met a woman at the flea market, or at the hotel, at the bar, or even at the grocery store, I can sit up and say one thing: you want to chill and smoke? And they on. They are on. They ready.
So one thing I've learned: never date a dope dealer. Never date the weed man.
That's for sure.
Because, one, women will fuck for free drugs, whether it's marijuana, coke, heroin, whatever it is. Because pussy is power, time is money, and when you utilize your time to fuck the drug dealer, you get free weed, free dope, free liquor. So now I don't have to screw the drug dealer. I can just screw the average guy that has some weed. What? It's going to be that easy? And I can keep him around?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, that means that you just purchased my time for $5. Well, 6. Because you just bought 2 Dutchies. And it was 2 for $1. Mm-hmm. So you got a $5 bag of weed, a Dutch. And now we're about to sit up, we're about to smoke. I'm going to let you feel on me. I'm going to act like I'm so high. Oh, my God, I might give you some head. Mm-hmm. But no, don't worry, because I was high. So, if I was sober, that you would never have seen that side of me. But now, because we get together when we're high, guess what's going to happen next time? The same behavior.
Yep.
Look at that. Look what I did there. I made my unacceptable behavior normal because I'm high. Like, really? All you gotta do is tell a bitch, a woman, a heifer, a thigh, or whoever she is. You wanna smoke? Oh, yeah. Like, I don't even want to match with no more. Like, you got to smoke and fuck, that's it.
Yeah.
So she costs $5 now. Or you could buy a chick a drink in the club and she's going to go home with you.
Yeah, 2 blunts and you straight. Shit. And even if she's an experienced smoker, 3 or 4, you going to at least 4 blunts. Hell, you smoke the first 1 or 2 with her and let her smoke the last 2 by herself. It's on. It's still on. And they coming back. I know this because I picked them up on, I'm trying to think, the black flea market is up here off of
Old National.
Old National. Met a chick, going out the door, nice little body on her, 6-pack. Hung out, went and got her something, a little drink. Stop off store. She said, "Can I pick up my sister?" Picked up her sister. Her and her sister came back to the house with me. Got both of them. Didn't like the one that I initially picked up, but her sister, I was feeling her sister. So dropped them off that night, gave her sister my number right in front of her, and her sister came over 4 more times. Smoking.
And they say don't blame it on the alcohol. Don't blame it on the marijuana. Now, the thing with me, when I smoke weed, I'm not trying to have sex. When I smoke, I want to get down to business. I want to take some notes. I want to do some research. I want to focus, have some deep-ass, philosophical-ass conversations and shit, talk about my dreams, edit my vision board, and you talk about the dick hard and you want to have sex for us. Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Because that's my everyday.
Total opposite for me.
Yeah, because your everyday, see, your everyday, that's what I'm doing. I'm focused. I'm working on my dreams. I'm working on my ideas. I'm moving forward. So when I get that, now it takes me to that relaxed state of like, damn, you should just chill, get your dick sucked, eat some pussy, or fuck, okay? Because every day I'm that way, constantly moving forward on what it is I'm trying to attain. Every day, all day. So that's why it's a little different for us. Whereas with you, you become more focused because you have a dream and you know which way you're going, but it makes you more driven and more focused.
Now, sexually, My drug of choice sexually, to music and getting my bills paid. Like,
Oh my God, here we go. We're down to the last 5 minutes of the show, folks. And I'm going to tell you, you want to turn this woman on? Pay the damn bill. Clean the house. Make sure that the groceries in the refrigerator.
On.
Shush, it is wet.
A man being a man is so sexually euphoric. Like, it's a high that you can't buy. It's a sexuality that you're willing to give that doesn't have to be asked for. The right music, the right soundtrack when you fucking is amazing. It's not going to wear off. You don't need another hit. You might push repeat or replay.
Or just hit shuffle.
But you don't need a shuffle. You don't need to get to drink or get high to indulge in sexual escapades of like Cloud 9 nature.
Right. Which is true.
Pay some bills and give me some good music. We can fuck all night.
All right. Well, all right. There it is. You heard it straight from her mouth. Sweets, go ahead and give me 2 minutes of how drugs and drinking can not benefit you. Hit us up with 2 minutes of that because we're down to the last 3 minutes of the show.
Thank you guys for joining us. As you know, our topic this evening was drinking alcohol, utilizing drugs, and having sex or using that to participate in sexual escapades. Drinking and driving is already a big deal because majority of the time you're going to have to get to your destination. Fellas, when she's drunk, her no still means no. Ladies, be a responsible drinker. You are responsible for yourself. Not to mention, you have individuals with diabetes. Alcohol is still sugar. You can go into alcoholic coma. You can have seizures. You can pass out. All of these things. When you're with your friends and you know that your friends are drinking and you know they haven't eaten, hey, let's go grab some pizza. Hey, let's go, stop and get some food on the way. So alcohol doesn't have a negative effect on your mental, your physical, and your attitude. We want to be conscious. Too much alcohol can send you into a stupor. You can have kidney failure, liver damage, brain issues. Also, you have to worry about tachycardia, which is the high, fast, rapid heart rate, and things of those natures. But on the surface, there's different things for different folks. We're not condoning drinking and sex or drugs and sex. However, find out what works for you, and if this is the avenue that you choose, be honest with your partner. That way they can talk to you about it, whether it's going to be side effects that you have that you're not aware of, or if it's long-term health effects that are going to take place that you may later be aware of. But if you can, avoid it altogether.
All right, guys. As always, don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Podcast, Podcast Keeper, Podbean, Tumblr, Facebook, and YouTube. If you want to catch up on past shows, don't forget to check out our website where you can do that. And as we always say, you're put on this earth to help people. And if you can't help them, God knows, please don't bring any harm to them. We give you this advice because we want you to be safe while you're having fun. And that being said, guys, always look out for yourself and the people around you that you care about. We're saying goodbye now. Say goodbye, sweets.
Goodbye.
We at Nightlife 24/7 appreciate you, our listener, who has an open mind and heart and are able to listen, learn, and discuss those issues that affect you and your partner. By discussing these issues, we hope to keep the lines of communication open to help inform you, our listeners, and our community. It's on your mind, so let's talk about it on Nightlife 24/7.